better than alone.
Yep. So, guys, we'll resume this tomorrow. If I'm around, I'm probably going to be a little late for tomorrow's stream, but we'll just keep resuming with the save. So, RB, if you want to finish out this train, I mean, noon time, 1 o'clock, basically my normal start time. I'm going to try to shoot for it. No guarantees, though. All right. I'm going to hit save. Thanks for playing, everybody. Let's go watch a Starlink launch, shall we?
I won't be around tomorrow morning because I have to work.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm working as well.
Yeah, Surfing Bird, I'd believe that. Alright. Jet out of the company. What did we finish with today? $5,100 after buying a bunch of locos. RB, I'm waiting on you.
Alright, that was a good session, guys.
It was fun, yeah. Thanks for playing with me, dudes.
Alright, see you, Jay.
Alright, see you guys. Thanks for playing.
Supersonic Retro Propulsion.
Supersonic Retro Propulsion. We're about to see it.
Yes.
See ya. Oh man, that game's dangerous. That game is very dangerous. The splashdown was like 5 minutes ago. That was like 3 hours ago. That game is dangerous. Speaking about tomorrow's stream, are there any blocks materials you want stocked for speed builds? Just bricks and stuff. Okay. $20-minute vent. All right. Here we go. This is what we waited for. Morning banana time. And it's completely worth it. You've been going this whole time. I told you I would. There you go, Loopy. Right on. Stage 2 fuel load is complete. All right. All right. Everything's looking good here for a Starlink launch. Sleepy eyes, I see. I have a headache just from being up for too long, but that's it. I'll be right back. 1 second, guys. I just need something to drink. flipped the light on by accident. All right. 1058.11 is going to be making its 12th flight. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right, so this is what we made it for. We made it for the Starlink launch. This is the Starlink 417 mission, 4-17. I think it's oh geez, 4 times 17 is the mission number. I think we're way up there in Starlink launches. This is launching on 1058.11. It'll be the 12th flight of this booster, and that shouldn't, if I'm remembering right, that'll make it the third Falcon 9 to hit 12 flights. Stage 2 LOX load has started. Okay, everything's on time here with the mission timeline here. 44th Starlink. There we go. None have done 13 yet, goalie. This will be the third one to hit 12 flights, if I'm remembering right. All right. It's also the DM2 booster. That's right. How's the mask situation in the U.S.? Because I receive mixed signals from over there. Here it's only obligatory in public transport and hospitals. Airplanes and public transport, Swishio. Everywhere else, no one cares. Well, it varies by state. It is the worm logo booster username. NSF is live. Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna wait on SpaceX, but yeah, we can pop open NSF if you want.
Well, I'm with Thomas on this one. I think names are reserved for when humans launch. I think it gives them a little bit more of a special shot.
Was that Julia Bergeron? Loopy?
It may be difficult to continue to come up with cool names.
Yes.
You'll quickly devolve into like the names of ships, like random names of ships just sort of strung together because you've run out of like Endeavor.
Having a Pringle. Hey, bit of a lurk in your chat, but I just want to say I'm a huge fan. Right on, Pringle. Yeah, thanks, man. I'm glad you like it. Really, it really means a lot to me. Like, even after all these years, I still really like doing this, and I'm really happy that people still listen to me. I thought I would have gotten annoying by now. Hey, Dutch guy. Chroma Cola. Yep. Got my Chroma Cola. But I appreciate it. Cheers. I'm glad you like it. I really enjoy streaming. It's fun. It's really fun. Like, I know that even myself, like, at times I'm like, oh, streaming is hard. It's a lot of work. It is a lot of work, but it doesn't mean that it isn't fun, you know? Al, you're still here. Yep. All right, we should be getting in line here. Let's see. Is SpaceX up? They should be going live here in a moment. That was the NSF footage. That was my buddy Das running NSF over there with Julia. We get used to it. You get used to the annoyance as you get old. Hey, well, you're still here, so I must be doing something right, man. But I appreciate it, Pringle. And you got gifted a sub. I completely forgot about Crew 3. Guessing it was picture perfect? Yeah, literally picture perfect. It was quite good. Here we go. Here, you want to see?
Once again.
Sploosh!
All right, as you can see there on your screen. Dragon.
It's perfect. Perfect. Capsule got a little Bobby there, but that's okay. That's okay. Now, that was actually just a couple hours ago. Now we got this. Привет, Shinar. Как дела? What's up, man? Who knew things bob up and down in water? Dude. Max, I don't know, while you're here, I don't know if there's like regional Polish accents, but there was a guy that called into the SLS press conference this afternoon, and he sounded exactly like you. It was very strange. Yeah, he must have been from your neck of the woods, dude. It was the same. It was the same. You gotta go back in this VOD. Probably about 4 hours into this VOD during Space News. One of the press questions, the guy, dude, and I'm like, that sounds exactly like Max. That's weird. How is Dragon that buoyant? It's airtight, Doxy. Alright, dudes. It is a ship after all. You ain't wrong.
Discovery, go and throttle up.
No more. Honestly, it doesn't come down so much to region when speaking English, just how early one starts to learn and speak it. Dude, I'm telling you, it was the same inflection as you. It was very strange. Hey, Mutan, 61-month resub. Well, the front didn't fall off. Alright, let's get into this coverage, SpaceX. Been here for freaking how long? Yeah, 1730. Don't teach the spacecraft how to dug. Yeah, Cherokee, I'm still here. Nice, Gully. I mean, I was gonna say you're still here, man. I saw you pop in and chat like 8 hours ago. What, did you go to sleep and come back, dude, or what? Streamer sleeps for no launch. I missed 2 launches last year because I overslept. I'm not doing that this year. Hell no. I missed the freaking Lucy launch. Frick that, dude. Mostly good. Planning lots of jobs in the country. House, lawn, parking lots, tap water, sewage, walkways, playground, scared of all of it. Oh, alright. Hell yeah, man. There you go. Sweet. Nope, no sleep. Yep. Planning on missing Psyche? No! No! Not at all! Yeah, phone sister. Awesome mission. Here we go.
Nice launch checkdown countdown. Net pad is clear.
10, 9, 8.
Launch auto sequence has started.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Go for launch.
Send it.
Discovery, go and throttle up.
WD-40 streaming the launch. Sweet. Space dive. 9-month resub. Oh, that's so cool. I want to see that part again.
Stage separation confirmed. Dragon, separation confirmed.
Check this out. Let me see again.
Stage 1 is transonic. Landing legs have deployed.
Nice.
And Falcon 9 has landed.
That's cool. Boiler in the firebox.
You're
man.
looking at a live view of Falcon 9 set to lift off in just about 7 minutes from now. Welcome to our 18th launch of the year and 45th Starlink mission overall. My name is Ian McCullough, and I'm a sales manager here at SpaceX. I'll be your host today as we follow Falcon 9's launch from Florida's Kennedy Space Center, Launch Complex 39A, the same launch pad that we launched NASA's Crew 4 mission from a little over a week ago. Starlink is a satellite internet constellation designed and manufactured by SpaceX. It provides high-speed, low-latency internet to people living in remote and rural locations around the globe. Our launch today will be taking 53 Starlink satellites into low Earth orbit, also referred to as LEO. We've got one of our shorter webcasts today, with live coverage ending just after first stage landing and second engine cutoff. Payload deploy is scheduled to occur at T+54 minutes after liftoff, and we'll confirm deployment of our Starlink satellites via SpaceX's social channels, so be sure to keep an eye out for that. If for some reason we don't launch today, we have a backup opportunity on Saturday, May 7th at 5:20 a.m. Eastern.
Sounds like Ian hasn't slept in a little
Falcon
while.
9 is the only orbital class rocket in the world capable of reuse, which means it's the only rocket that can boost its payload to orbit and then come back to Earth and be flown again.
Stage 1's topped off.
The part of the rocket responsible...
Fast forward. Preparing to fast forward. Preparing to fast forward. Fast forwarding, sir. What is this? Oh, you turned off the movie. No, I turned off the whole stream. Well, put it back on. Put the movie back on.
12th time. Although the number 9 in Falcon 9 references the 9 engines on the first stage, there are actually 10 engines on the rocket. The 10th engine powers the second stage, which is the portion of the rocket you see on your screen there. While the first stage powers us out of the Earth's atmosphere and into space, the second stage takes the satellites to their targeted drop-off orbit. After the first and second stages separate, the second stage will ignite its single Merlin vacuum engine to carry our satellites to low Earth orbit.
I agree, Pun Sister.
Though very similar to the Merlin 1D engines on the first stage, the Merlin vacuum engine has a larger nozzle that allows the second stage to perform better in the vacuum of space. The Starlink satellites are housed at the very top of the rocket in a structure known as the fairing, right there. The job of the fairing is to protect the Starlink satellites until we reach the vacuum of space, and at that point we will jettison the fairing halves and attempt to retrieve them once they return to Earth. One of the fairing halves today, protecting our Starlink satellites today, will be flying for its 3rd time, while the other fairing half is flying for the 6th time. We have some experienced fairing halves for this mission. And if you're familiar with SpaceX, you'll know that that reusability is one of our top priorities, as it is key to reducing the cost of space access for all of us.
For strong back retract.
Okay, here we go.
Strong back retract. Following fairing deploy and stage separation, we will be attempting to recover the first stage for a 12th time on our drone ship, a shortfall of Gravitas.
That light over there to the left.
If successful, it will mark the 111th recovery of the Falcon 9 first stage. And the clamp arms are opening
there
up.
the clamp arms go. Strong back's going to move back in the 89
Just saw
degree
the
position.
strong back start to open its clamp arms, located right under the fairing there, just below the numbers on your screen. A strong back is part of the transporter erector, or TE. We use it to roll the rocket out to the pad and raise it to its vertical launch position. The transporter erector also routes the vehicle's fluids, power, and telemetry umbilicals from the ground systems to the rocket and satellites until Falcon 9 goes on internal power and clears the pad. If you follow SpaceX, you'll know that it has been a very busy year for us so far. As I mentioned earlier, today's mission marks our 18th launch of the year. With reuse enabling our increased launch cadence, we've been able to support 1 launch per week on average. In April alone, we had a total of 6 launches, including 2 human spaceflight launches with AX-1 and Crew 4.
Stage 1 lock load complete.
They're shorty block huggers,
for lock load complete there. While Crew 4 just started their 6-month mission aboard space station, the AX-1 crew returned home at the end of last month. And late last night, SpaceX brought NASA's Crew 3 astronauts safely back to Earth after spending 177 days in space. During this time, they orbited the Earth 2,832 times and traveled 75,060,792 statute miles.
It's a long way.
While on the ISS, NASA astronauts Raja Chari, Tom Marshburn, Kayla Barron, and ESA astronaut Matthias Maurer saw 8 vehicles arriving on station, 3 of which were Dragon vehicles. Crew 3 saw the arrival of CRS-24, Axiom 1, and of course Crew 4. We're happy to have the Crew 3 back home. We hope they had a successful journey, and we cannot wait to hear more about their trip. And we're seeing no signs of slowing down soon. In the past 12 months, we've added more than 40 commercial missions to our manifest that will launch in the next couple of years. And that's without any transporter or Starlink launches, so be sure to keep an eye out on our social channels for the latest SpaceX news.
Stage 2 lock flow complete.
Stage 2 lock flow
With just 2 minutes left to go, Falcon 9 is moving on to the final stages of countdown. We just heard that second stage locks.
So because they finished loading up the propellants, yeah, that's what you're gonna see right there. What they're doing is, because of the fuel lines, especially the LOX line that goes up to that second stage, they don't want any oxidizer inside of the transporter erector. The transporter erector has the fuel lines to the second stage. You don't want any of that in the launcher when they go to launch, because oxidizer makes things explode really, really nicely. You want to make sure that's in the rocket, not in the Falcon 9. So they're back purging the pipe, and they open up the vent to get all the oxygen out of there. And that's what this big cloud of stuff is. The oxygen is extremely freaking cold, like 190 C or something ridiculous. So when it hits that relatively warmer Florida air, it condenses. Well, it doesn't condense. It actually evaporates, and it condenses what's around it, and that's why the rocket has a bunch of frost on it right now. You're seeing the condensation, and then you see the clouds because it's literally it's freezing water vapor out of the atmosphere. That's why there's condensation on the side of the booster. But we are at T-minus 30 seconds. I'll turn this back on, and we'll get going.
Starlink satellites into orbit.
And if you've been up for me the entire 17 and a half hours, well, thank you. Hope you enjoy the launch.
T-minus 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Sound suppressors
3,
are on.
2,
Green
1.
flash, engine
0.
ignition.
Ignition.
And we're launching.
And lift
Here
off.
we go. Yeah, baby.
Vehicle is pitching downrange. M1D chamber pressure is nominal.
That Starship pad do be looking nice, though. Pearl program is complete.
And Falcon 9 has successfully lifted off from Launch Complex 39A, carrying our 53 Starlink satellites. Although at liftoff, gravity is pulling straight down on the rocket. As we ascend, we'll tilt the engines, technical term is gimbling, and that turns the rocket horizontally. We're still going up, but now we're also heading horizontally away from the launch pad. That's what we call a gravity turn.
A little bit of rumbly.
Moments ago, we throttled the engines down in preparation for max Q. We're in the throttle bucket.
Falcon 9 is supersonic.
Tingly.
Max Q is the point during which the vehicle is under maximum dynamic pressure.
Yep. Peak aerodynamic load on the vehicle. Air compression on the front of the booster because it can't move the air around
passed
it.
Through max Q.
Cause of compression.
Coming up are a quick series of events
so
happening
they throttle
in quick
back
succession.
the engines to make sure it doesn't accordion.
First, MECO, or main engine cutoff. This is where the 9 Merlin engines on the first stage shut off to slow the vehicle down in preparation for the next milestone, stage separation. This is where the first stage separates from the second stage.
Start event back chill.
As the first stage starts to make its way back to Earth
engine.
for landing, second stage continues its journey with SES-1, or Second Engine Start 1. This is where the single Merlin vacuum engine on the second stage lights up and propels the second stage along with the Starlink satellites into orbit. About 30 seconds out from that MECO.
Wow, this was worth it.
As the rocket heads up into space, you'll start to see the plume at the aft end of the rocket
This is worth
begin to
staying up
spread
for.
out. That's as the pressure alleviates from the bottom of the vehicle. You can there isn't as much pressure
I
holding
think they're
in
gonna
that
keep
plume.
reusing them until they can't do it anymore. They probably know what the failure point is for Falcon 9 from qualification testing at the beginning of the Falcon program like 10 years ago. They probably know where the failure point is. Just gonna keep inspecting it, make sure it's good. And if it's still good,
Call for
just keep
Miko.
using
Stage
it.
separation confirmed.
So we can keep doing stuff like that. Things delivered 12-second stages. Look at that.
MVAC ignition.
MVAC ignition. Good ignition, man. 12 payload deliveries for that booster. Let's see if we can make it 12
Fairing
landings.
separation confirmed.
Stand by for the fairing call. There you go. Oh,
And we just saw main engine cutoff, stage separation, second engine startup,
Oh, it
and
makes me
fairing
so
deploy.
happy. Look,
With
you
the
can
fairing
see
half
all of Florida
separated, the
back
satellites
there.
are now exposed to the vacuum of space above
Crew
the
3 landed
second
right
stage of
there,
the rocket on
right
the
where my
right-hand side
mouse
of your screen
cursor
there.
is. See that?
Well, the second stage is doing its job.
there.
The first stage is coming back home to Earth
Tampa
and will
Bay,
execute 2 burns.
Orlando.
The first is the
Daytona
entry
Beach.
burn. It's a 3-engine burn that helps to slow the stage down.
Sebring's over
The
here.
second burn is the
Kissimmee's
landing
right
burn.
there.
It's a single-engine
There's
burn that helps
Satellite
bring the
Beach,
vehicle
Cocoa
speed down
Beach, Port
rapidly
Canaveral.
in order to land on our drone ship a short fall of gravitas,
Pretty cool.
which is the equivalent to a size of a football field. If you're just joining us, we had a successful
Both
liftoff.
vehicles are on nominal trajectories.
Oh, geez, Vasu.
We had a successful liftoff from
no.
Launch Complex 39A, completed a main engine cutoff,
You can see the bumps
stage
from here.
separation,
Yep.
second engine start 1, and fairing deploy.
Daytona.
And now the second stage is taking our 53 Starlink satellites to their targeted drop-off orbit in low Earth orbit, while the first stage is making its way back home for the 12th time.
I'm not sure why it's so froggy
On the
up
left side
here,
of your
but
screen there, the first stage is descending.
Acquisition of signal, Bermuda.
You're seeing solid
Falcon 9,
nitrogen.
the Falcon 9 first stage.
So the attitude control systems here, that's what that flashing is. They're using compressed nitrogen gas, right? And when that nitrogen gas hits Falcon 9's first stage, which is 116 kilometers up, that's 70 plus miles that way. There's no air up there. So that gas, when it hits the vacuum, it freezes instantly and turns to solid. That's what all these flakes are. It's solid nitrogen.
Steering as it makes its return to Earth until we light the center engine for landing. Then we can
Yeah,
gibble the
it's
engine
very-
and guide the
it's froggy
stage.
up there.
The grid fins orient the rocket during re-entry and then guide the rocket during descent.
Yeah, it's above the curve. That's why it's
Also
light
look
out.
out,
Yeah,
you may
you're,
see
yeah,
some
you're right.
puffs,
You're
some
right.
white puffs on the left side of the screen. Those are nitrogen gas bursts for attitude control.
I just said that, Ian.
Really cool view of the first stage on the left-hand side
Yeah,
there.
it's getting a little bit of sunlight. Actually, if it's getting a little bit of sunlight down there
Small
in
debris in the
Florida,
atmosphere.
Both stages continue to follow nominal trajectories.
probably light out over here.
I heard
I'm
a
gonna
call
go over
call
there.
out for both stages are on nominal trajectories.
Yeah, pretty much, Cherokee. Yeah, see that solid nitrogen that's happening up there. Oh, wow.
As we
look
come
at
up on the
curvature.
start of entry burn in about 40 seconds here, just a reminder that
Starting
that's
to
a
chill down on the
3-second
engines.
burn meant to slow the first stage down as it hits the thicker parts of the Earth's atmosphere.
Can you see it, Loopy? Take a picture, buddy.
Right hand side of the screen got a great view of stage 2 heading
Discovery, go and throttle up.
out into Leo. Is that sunrise on the left hand side of the screen there?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Oh, you have to swear words level of jellyfish. You took a picture. All right, cool. It's
Yeah,
on your
fine,
camera.
fine.
Cool. All right, the engines are chilled down.
Stage 1, FDSS.
Stage 1, entry burn, startup.
Give me that supersonic retro propulsion.
Stage 1 has lit its engines to slow down for entry into the Earth's atmosphere. This burn will last about 20 seconds.
That's the heat shield. It blows the rocket engines at the re-entry heating, moving the re-entry
Stage
heating
1,
out
entry
of the
burn,
way.
shut down.
Supersonic retro propulsion. Supersonic retro propulsion. Stay
As
with
we
me.
previously mentioned, you were able to see some soot markings on this booster left over from previous flights. Here's a quick explanation of how that soot forms. The rocket-grade kerosene RP-1 is used to fuel Falcon 9 as a carbon-based
Alright.
fuel. When the fuel burns, it generates soot. And because re-entry occurs engines first, the booster flies through its own plume, which then deposits the soot on the outside of the rocket.
Both vehicles are on nominal trajectories.
Oh,
Continue to hear we're on nominal trajectories. That's a good sign right here.
Okay. Come on.
As we come up on landing, you'll be able to look potentially and see some of that soot on the sticking to the cameras.
Well, this, see, to kind of keep going with what Ian's saying, the reason why there's so much soot from those engines is because they're running fuel rich. They run the engines extremely fuel rich for thermal purposes. And also you're gonna get a more powerful explosion if you just flood the engine with fuel. You don't want to flood it too much because then it won't engine. But yeah, because it's so fuel rich, it rolls coal like a diesel truck with that big black exhaust cloud that comes out of a diesel truck. Literally, it's the same thing.
6 previous Starlink missions. Just a moment here, we'll be coming up on landing burn.
Crazy, Sebby.
Stage 1 landing burn.
Okay, there's the call
Stage
for the
1 has
landing
begun
burn.
its landing burn. This is its final burn before touchdown to land on the drone ship. This burn
Yeah,
lasts about
indeed,
20
Armand.
seconds as well.
Whoa!
I'll look at that, a clear view.
Did the sun come out?
Landing leg deploy.
Nail it! Nail it! Nail it!
Beautiful.
Oh!
Stage 1 landing confirmed.
And stage 1 has successfully landed on our drone ship, a short fall of gravitas. This is the 111th
Stage 2
recovery of a
FTS
Falcon
assist.
9 first stage booster.
Oh!
That's listening for SECO 1 or second engine cutoff 1.
That didn't suck. Yeah, it looks like it came in a little bit hot there, guys. But hey, whatever. It came in a little hot. Call the Octo Grabber. There's Seco right there. God, wait for the call for NOI.
Expected loss of signal, Cape.
Stand by.
Nominal parking orbit insertion.
Boom.
We heard nominal parking orbit insertion. That's good orbit. With confirmation of a successful second engine cutoff
Yeah,
and
you're
good
probably-
orbit, we'll be ending our
probably
webcast
right,
for
boss,
today's
yeah.
launch. For those of you who want to keep following this mission, we will be confirming payload deploy via our social channels. Thank you to the Federal Aviation Administration for supporting today's mission. Of course, thank you to our viewers for turning in bright and early, and big thank you to our Starlink customers for using our service at this time.
Thank you.
I hope you all have a good weekend, and we'll see you soon.
Dude, the jellyfish. Holy crap. Whoa. Damn, man. That is the... Yo. So, the rocket, when it went up into space, because it's very early morning over there in Florida, right? When it went up into space, it went high enough so the sun illuminated the plume. So you get something that looks like this big jellyfish. All right, Greg. Yeah. Wow. That is gnarly. Here's another shot. Who took this one? Sam Gallagher took this one. Holy crap. Loopy, you get it? Wow. That's nuts. That is nuts. WD-40 got that one. Wow. Andrew, you can post the link. Yeah. Oh, Sam shot though. Look at how crisp that is. See, look, it looks like a big jellyfish. Damn. Damn. I blame aliens. Oh, T-Man, great shot, dude. Great shot. Into the clouds, that's right. Wow. Now that's something. Really sideways on entry, Rupert. Everything looked okay, but then again, my pay attentionness is not very pay attention-y right now. If that makes any sense, I'm really freaking tired. I'm waiting on Andrew to post his picture, and then I'm about done. About done. We're going for 18 hours straight, man. Oh wow. Oh, that's gnarly. Look at that. Cool. Orbital mechanics do be like that username. Anyway. Oh. Well, I'm happy I got it posted. Okay. Our uptime's sitting at 17:51 right now. 17 hours 51 minutes. I'm good. Fellas, if you know, usually I'm one like you gotta be on time, you gotta do this, you gotta do this. If I'm a little late for the stream tomorrow, yeah, you know, why are you going to bed? It's 10:55 a.m. Because you're too stupid to understand what time zones are. So, I'm gonna set the start time for like 2, fellas, and I'll aim for 12. I'll try for it, but it's probably not gonna happen. But whenever I do get on, we got railroads, then a little bit of space news, and then we got racing. We got racing, baby. Also, qualifying or practice for Formula 1 is tomorrow. That should be good. Qualifying is on Saturday.